So hi everyone, a very good morning to all of you and welcome back once again to another class of government schemes. In today's class, we are going to cover two more important schemes from the Ministry of Education. These are PM Shri Schools and National Means Come Merit Scholarship Scheme, right? These two schemes are really very important, and in fact, we have been covering only the important schemes which are required, which are significant for all the government examination. ठीक है, चलिए start करते हैं with the very first scheme, that is PM Shri Schools. So as the name says, PM Shri Schools, which means we are talking about the development of schools, right? हम किसी ना कोई ये जो scheme है ये it is something related to school, right? And yeah, that is the objective, that is to upgrade and develop over 14,500 schools all over the country to serve as model institutions demonstrating the ideas behind the national education policy of 2020. So basically the objective is to upgrade and develop the existing schools. ठीक है, not only upgrading the existing schools but also the developing new schools is one of the objectives of this particular scheme. It was launched in the year 2022, of course, by the Ministry of Education, which is currently headed by Mr. Dharmendra Pradhan. ठीक है, now which schools will get the benefit of this particular scheme? ठीक है, 14,500 schools है, तो of course not all schools will be covered, right? So these schools must be managed by the central, state or UT governments or the local bodies. First of all, no private schools shall be upgraded, and that is very obvious. Why would central government or the state government upgrade the private schools? Because they already have a lot of money to do that. Schools meeting specific benchmarks including proper infrastructure, availability of essential facilities and adherence to NEP 2020. So the schools must be having the specific benchmarks, they must be having the proper infrastructure, they must be having the availability of essential facility, they must be having the required strength of the teachers, and they must adhere to the National Education Policy 2020. Now you must be wondering that if they must already have these things, then what government will do? Government क्या करेगी? देखो, government will add the cherry on the cake, right? If any particular school has these basic facilities like proper infrastructure, required number of teacher, essential facilities, then the government will provide extra funding, the extra support for further upgradation of those schools, right? So the selection of the school is conducted in the challenge mode in 3 stages. Number one, the stage one is the signing of MOU between the school and the Ministry of Education, right? The stage two is identifying the eligible schools through the UDISE plus data. And then the stage three is the challenge based fulfillment of criteria certified by the authorities. ठीक है, सबसे पहले एक MOU साइन होगा, उसके बाद eligible schools shall be identified through the data, and then the it will be checked whether the criteria is being fulfilled or not. ठीक है, what is the total funding and outlay? So the total project cost is 27,360 crore, and do remember the duration of this scheme is financial year 23 to financial year 2026-27. Out of 27,360 crores, the center will provide 18,128 crores, which means it is a centrally sponsored scheme. And to those who don't know what is the meaning of centrally sponsored scheme, the centrally sponsored schemes are those where funding is shared between the central government and the participating states, right? So there must be some funding ratio, right? Yeah. So in case of this scheme, there is a funding ratio of 60-40 between center and states or UTs with legislature. Okay. Now, for example, if any school requires 1,000 crores, right, then in that case, 600 crores will be provided by the central government and 400 crores will be provided by the participating state या जहां पे भी वो school होगा. ठीक है, 90:10 in case of नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न एंड हिमालयन स्टेट्स एंड यूटी ऑफ जम्मू एंड कश्मीर. ठीक है, 90-10 का मतलब क्या है? 90% बाय द सेंटर एंड 10% बाय द पार्टिसिपेटिंग स्टेट और यूटी, and 100% of the funding will be provided by the central government in case of UTs without legislature. So there are 3 UTs in fact with legislatures now: Delhi, Puducherry and Jammu and Kashmir. Delhi and Puducherry, the ratio is 60-40. For Jammu and Kashmir, they have specifically mentioned that the ratio will be 90-10. ठीक है, after the upgradation or after the developing a school, a geotagging process is there, which means ये certify किया जाएगा that yes, this particular school has been upgraded, and this will be done through the services of BISEC-N for monitoring and evaluation. BISEC-N what? Bhaskaracharya National Institute for Space Application and Geoinformatics. Bhaskaracharya National Institute for Space Application and Geoinformatics. right? Now, what these schools will provide, these schools will have the holistic education that will be focused on 21st century skills like communication, collaboration, and critical thinking, right? These schools, shall offer the modern infrastructure like smart classrooms, digital libraries, integrated science and vocational labs. Not only science labs, but there will also be the vocational studies labs. Okay, and of course the Atal Tinkering labs will also be there. Okay, these schools will have the green initiatives like installation of solar panels and LED lighting, promoting the renewable energy targets of the government of India, right? Then there will be competency based learning, which means assessment will be done based on the conceptual understanding and application of knowledge to real life situations. ठीक है, normally देखो एग्जाम तो होंगे यहाँ पे भी, but there will be competency based learning, which means the students will be tested based on their practical applications of knowledge, right? And of course the regular evaluations will be done through the school quality assessment framework. ठीक है, and last but not the least, the focus will be majorly on the students from diverse backgrounds, multilingual needs and varied academic abilities. यानी कि जो कमजोर है उनको पहले आगे लाया जाएगा, उनके ऊपर पहले से ध्यान दिया जाएगा, जो डिसएडवांटेज्ड है उनको एडवांटेजियस पोजीशन में पहुंचाया जाएगा. ठीक है. Now, what are the expected impact and outcomes? So, it will definitely lead to the enhanced learning quality, right? Because it talks about the competency-based assessment. So, definitely it will enhance the learning quality. Proficiency in critical skills and holistic development of students will be there. It talks about the sustainability and inclusivity, जो कि हमने last point में पढ़ा, equity and inclusion. It focuses on the students from the diverse backgrounds. It focuses on the students from the underserved and unserved sections of the society. So it will definitely have a focus on the inclusivity. Okay, and it is a prime example of MEP implementation. PM Shri School act as laboratories for MEP 2020, mentoring other schools in their vicinity. ठीक है ना, ये एक मॉडल स्कूल्स का काम करेंगे ताकि इनको देख के बाकी स्कूल्स भी मोटिवेट हो फॉर अपग्रेडेशन ऑफ द स्कूल्स एंड डेवलपमेंट ऑफ द स्कूल्स टू अचीव द टारगेट्स ऑफ द नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी 2020. ठीक है, I hope it is clear. I hope PM Shri School is clear. Moving ahead to the next scheme, that is National Means Cum Merit Scholarship Scheme. As the name says, some kind of scholarship must be provided under this particular scheme, and yes, you are absolutely right. You have identified it correctly. The objective is to provide financial assistance to meritorious students from economically weaker sections to reduce dropouts after class 8th and encourage them to complete secondary education. ठीक है, दो तीन चीजें ध्यान रखेंगे. सबसे पहला, financial assistance is being provided. Number one, financial assistance is being provided in the terms of scholarship. ठीक है, एक चीज हो गई. दूसरी चीज, the assistance will only be provided to the economically weaker section students. Second thing. The third thing is the assistance is provided to reduce the dropout after class 8th, because the data have shown that the dropout percentage is highest after class 8. Okay, and the fourth thing is encouraging them to complete the secondary education. The scholarship is only provided up to the secondary education, that is up to class 12, not for the higher education. Okay, so these are the four things that you need to remember. Scholarship to economically weaker section to reduce the dropouts after class 8, to encourage them to complete the secondary education. These are the four aspects of this particular scheme. It was launched way back in the year 2008. Now the question must be arising in your brains, in your mind, in your sharp brains, that the scheme, sir, was launched in the year 2008. Why are you discussing it in 2025? And how can you say that it is important? So my dear friends, the reason behind discussing this scheme is regular appearance of this scheme in PIB releases. Okay, whenever we have a parliamentary session, this scheme always have a space in one of the PIB releases. So that is why we are talking about it. All right, so you can't ignore it. It is very important. Ministry of Education, of course, is the ministry. Now, अभी हमने पढ़ा that the financial assistance will be provided to the economically weaker section. So there must be some income criteria. अब economically weaker section का मतलब तो होना चाहिए ना कुछ. Yes, there is a meaning, and this scholarship will only be provided to the students who have a parental income of not more than 3,50,000 per annum. ठीक है. The student must have secured a minimum 55% marks in class 7 to appear for the scholarship selection test. And yes, do remember, there is a test based on which the scholarship is provided. यहाँ पे ध्यान रखो, मेरिटोरियस स्टूडेंट, पांचवा एस्पेक्ट भी है एक्चुअली यहाँ पे, मेरिटोरियस स्टूडेंट्स को प्रोवाइड करेंगे, यानी कि they have to pass a test, only then the scholarship will be provided. Okay, and this minimum percentage of marks is relaxable by 5% for the SC and ST students. They need to secure minimum 50% marks in class 7. Okay, the scheme is open only for the students who are studying in the government aided and local body schools. But at the same time, do remember that the students from Kendra Vidyalayas, Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalayas, and of course the private schools will not get the benefits. ठीक है, ये ध्यान रखेंगे, केवीज और जेएनवीज के भी स्टूडेंट्स एलिजिबल नहीं है, प्राइवेट के तो ऑफ कोर्स एलिजिबल नहीं ही होंगे. ठीक है. Now under this scheme, do remember 1 lakh fresh scholarships are awarded annually to eligible class 9 students so that they can continue their studies from class 10th to class 12th. All right. What is the amount of scholarship? How much amount of scholarship is provided? 12,000 per annum, which stands for 1,000 per month. Okay. And the scholarships are directly disbursed into the student's bank account through the PFMS, Public Financial Management System. And of course, the process is the same, DBT mode. Okay. The selection is done through a selection test, as I already told you. यूं ही सरकार फ्री में स्कॉलरशिप नहीं बांट रही है. स्कॉलरशिप विल ओनली बी प्रोवाइडेड if you pass the scholarship test. ठीक है, and the scholarship test is conducted by the respective states and the UTs. All right. What is the mode of disbursement? मतलब कौन से बैंक के थ्रू जाता है, तो ये याद रखेंगे. The funds are transferred electronically through via the SBI into the bank accounts of the beneficiary on a quarterly basis. And of course इसमें PFMS Public Financial Management System बीच में एक सिस्टम लगा हुआ है. And the mode, if they'll ask you the mode, of course the DBT mode. ठीक है. And the entire scheme is being implemented through a portal, National Scholarship Portal. So the students don't have to go anywhere searching for the scholarship test and anything. There is a portal which provides all the information regarding the National Means Cum Merit Scholarship Scheme. Okay. I hope, my dear friends, this scheme is also clear. Let's talk about the impact and outcomes. So obviously, it will lead to the reduced dropout rates, and it by addressing the economic barriers and preventing dropouts at the secondary level. Okay, it will definitely improve the academic performance because see this scheme is only for the meritorious students. और सरकार यूं ही किसी को स्कॉलरशिप नहीं दे रही है, पहले टेस्ट ले रही है, उसके बाद सरकार स्कॉलरशिप दे रही है. इट मींस अब जब वो स्टूडेंट आगे पढ़ेगा तो इट विल डेफिनेटली इंप्रूव हिज और हर एकेडमिक परफॉर्मेंस. ठीक है, और ओवरऑल इंडिया के लिटरेसी रेट में भी ये एनहांसमेंट करेगा. एंड ऑफ कोर्स इट प्रोवाइड सपोर्ट टू द economically weaker section. It empowers the students from marginalized communities from the economically weaker section to continue their education, who have to otherwise leave their education because of the economic barriers that they and their family have. Okay. All right guys, that's all that's it for these two particular schemes. I hope both the schemes are clear. So this is how you need to study any particular scheme. देखो हर टॉपिक की एक औकात होती है, उसको उतनी औकात के हिसाब से पढ़ना चाहिए. नाउ आई कैन टीच यू नेशनल मींस कम मेरिट स्कॉलरशिप स्कीम फॉर हाफ एन आवर, बट that is of no point for you because we are only here to crack the examination. We are not here to do the PhD in the government schools. And किसी को बुरा लगे चाहे भला लगे, that this is my philosophy and I teach like this only. I am here to help you in cracking the examination. I am not here to make you a doctorate in any particular topic. Okay, all right. If you want to have the PDF of this class, my dear friends, just scan this QR code. You will be directed to a Telegram channel. There I provide all the PDF. Okay, so I'll see you in the next session, that is on Wednesday. So the classes are conducted every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 8 AM. So I'll see you once again on Wednesday at 8 AM. Till then, keep studying and keep studying hard. Goodbye, take care, and God bless.